In part 2, we went over the Saiyan saga, with Goku unlocking the Super Saiyan transformation, and now he's preparing to make a trip to Namek to find the Namekians and use their Dragon Balls to wish everyone back. So what do you think is going to happen? Find out in this part 3 of What If Goku Was an Android. While in space, it's been a few weeks, and Vegeta has finally reached the Frieza base, and he is actually badly injured, and most of the Frieza soldiers take notice of this. Vegeta had gone somewhere unknown with Nappa, and then suddenly he comes back injured and Nappa's not with him, which means Nappa's most likely dead. And Vegeta did go into the healing tank trying to recover. It does take a little bit of time, but then one of the soldiers goes towards Vegeta and tells him that Frieza has requested to see him, as he wishes to speak with him. And Vegeta's wondering why Frieza wants to see him. Could he have known about the Dragon Balls? There's no way, because if he did, he would have been on his way to Earth by now. So when Vegeta arrives and sees Frieza, Frieza cuts to the chase. He asks him, where did he go? He suddenly went somewhere without telling nobody. And where's Nappa and Raditz? He hasn't heard from them, and Vegeta knows that he has to come up with some kind of lie and let Frieza not know about the Dragon Balls. He says that Raditz left to an unknown planet and got killed there. So him and Nappa decided to go investigate, and the planet had some very powerful warriors. They were able to kill Nappa and injure Vegeta. He barely got away. Frieza was skeptical at first about Vegeta's story. There are parts in the story that are suspicious. Why would Raditz just leave by himself to a random planet? And Vegeta makes up another lie. He says that Raditz went to a random planet to find his brother, and apparently he wasn't successful. His brother ended up being killed by the warriors on that planet, and Raditz shared the same fate. He sees he was trying to find another Saiyan, and he ended up getting killed. That's just 2 dead monkeys off his back that he didn't have to kill. So Frieza then tells Vegeta that he actually has a mission for him, and he wants him to take Zarbon and Dodoria with him. And when they went to go do their mission, it was actually pretty normal. It wasn't too difficult, but Vegeta is confused. Why did he send Zarbon and Dodoria for this mission? He could have handled this all alone. In fact, lower class soldiers could have handled this. Why did Frieza send 2 of his top men and him to this? As they're about to head back to base, Zarbon and Dodoria then turn around and turn off their scouters. Then Zarbon rushes behind Vegeta, swiping the scouter off his face, then destroying it. Vegeta then realizes what's going on here. This was a setup. Frieza sent him out here to kill him. He knew that this was going to come eventually, but just not now. Vegeta knows that this isn't going to be an easy battle, especially that he's up against both of them at the same time. He even thinks that he might not make it out of here alive. After being healed from his battle on Earth with Goku, Vegeta did receive a little Zenkai boost, but it's not as major as it was in the original story, because Vegeta didn't suffer the same amount of injuries. So his power level right now is 21,000, which means he's below both Zarbon and Dodoria. And Zarbon takes extra precaution as he wants to make sure that Vegeta dies here, so he transforms. He hates how he has to use this form against a filthy Saiyan like him, but he wants to make sure that the job gets done. So not only Vegeta is outnumbered here, he's outpowered. And Zarbon even made sure that this planet had no moon for him to transform into a great ape. Vegeta gets overwhelmed by both of them pretty easily, and since there's no moon, he's gonna have to try to make an artificial one. But the thing is, he knows that they won't let him do it. He's gotta create some kind of distraction, give him enough time to create an artificial moon and transform. Vegeta then fires Ki Blast at him, trying to create a smoke screen to blind them. And once he does it, he tries to make a run for it, but Zarbon won't let him. He caught up to him quickly and slams Vegeta on the ground. Then he picks him up off the ground by his face and then start headbutting him. Then Zarbon throws Vegeta up, in which Dodoria charges at him, headbutting him too. Vegeta then lands on the ground, aching in the pain. That last attack injured him too much that now he can't move. Vegeta then tries to lift his hand up, and with the remaining energy he has, try to release it all with one final blast, launching it at both Zarbon and Dodoria. Zarbon isn't too badly injured from this, but Dodoria is severely injured. Zarbon's then surprised that Vegeta had that much power left within them, as he starts beating Vegeta brutally, as he then stomps him into the ground even more. Zarbon then looks down at the battered up Vegeta, and he's annoyed at how persistent Vegeta was. This was supposed to be an easy mission for him. They shouldn't have had this much trouble with him. Zarbon's about to kill Vegeta, but before he does, he gives him one piece of news. Frieza knew that Vegeta was lying, and he knows about the Dragon Balls. He also knows if he had let him go, he was going to go after the Dragon Balls first before him. He wanted Vegeta to know that, so that he can die knowing his failures. This makes Vegeta angry, as he starts fuming. The anger he feels towards everything. Anger at Zarbon and Dodoria for mocking him. Anger at Frieza for everything that he's done. Anger at Kakarot for showing him up. Him, a low-class Saiyan, becoming a Super Saiyan instead of him, a super elite. He doesn't want to die here. Not like this. No, he won't die here. Zarbon then launches a blast at him, blowing Vegeta away, as he then appears lifeless, as the job is done. Zarbon and Dodoria then turn to their ship and walk away, and they retrieve the backup scouters from inside their ship, as the ones they had broke during their fight with Vegeta. Zarbon contacts Frieza and tells him that Vegeta is dead, and Frieza is happy with this news, hearing that now every Saiyan has been exterminated. And with every single one of them gone, he can rule as he please without fear of the Super Saiyan. But he's still gonna head to Namek for the Dragon Balls, to wish for immortality to make sure no one threatens his rule. Frieza tells him to meet him at planet Namek. Zarbon puts the coordinates to planet Namek on the ship, and he's getting ready to blast off. But then his scouter starts to beep, as the power is rising. He then turns around and sees a bright golden light. Zarbon then hears a surprising voice, asking them where do they think they're going. Their fight isn't over yet. It's Vegeta, and he's somehow still alive. Zarbon then sees Vegeta's aura start glowing, as it starts growing more fiercer. Vegeta then yells, as he transforms. He then launches a blast at Dodoria, eradicating him. Zarbon then tries to transform, but then he feels a sharp pain in his stomach, as he then sees Vegeta's arm is pierced through him, as he then fires the blast, creating a huge hole in Zarbon, killing him. Vegeta then powers down, almost passing out due to his injuries and the power. He realized that he's done it. He finally became a Super Saiyan. Vegeta then boards the ship that they're about to leave on. It's a standard ship that has a healing pod on it, and it sees that his coordinates are headed to Namek. Seems like Frieza's after the Dragon Balls there, so now he knows where he's gonna be so that he could finally kill him. And he sees that there's some extra scouters on board, and he uses those to keep tabs on Frieza, see if anything changes or comes up. If he leaves towards there now, he should get there around the same time Frieza does. It'll take a couple of days, and that's enough time for him to heal in the healing pod. So he sets the ship on autopilot, heading towards Namek. Meanwhile on Earth, Goku's still trying to find a way to get to planet Namek, in which King Kai helps him by telling him to go see Mr. Popo, in which Mr. Popo shows Goku Kami's ship that he came to Earth on. It is pretty damaged and needs some repairs, so Goku takes the ship to Bulma for her to repair. Goku then gets word from King Kai that Piccolo and the rest of Goku's friends are on his planet, and that Piccolo is actually training under King Kai. He's been learning new techniques like the Kaioken and his Spirit Bomb, but he's been getting a lot stronger thanks to King Kai's planet of 10 times gravity. And Goku gets the idea that gravity training would be perfect for him. Can she add a gravity room to Kami's ship? And Bulma thinks that would be pretty difficult to add on to Kami's ship, but she can make a brand new ship for Goku where he can have a gravity room, and have way more space to do his training. And since she's already reverse engineered the coordinates for planet Namek on Kami's ship, she can just put the same coordinates into the new ship as well, taking him to Namek. And that all sounds great to Goku. Some time passes as his ship is built and he's ready to head off to Namek. Gohan wanted to go with him as he wanted to help bring back Piccolo, but Goku doesn't let him go. He wants him to stay on Earth. He doesn't want Gohan to be put into any imminent danger, but he does want Gohan to keep up his training while he's gone, and he promises that he'll bring back Piccolo and everyone else. And with that, Goku blasts off into space, heading to Namek. And with him being an android, he has infinite stamina and infinite energy, so he doesn't have to rest so often. He can keep on with his training, and he quickly adjusts to the gravity. He then focuses control with Super Saiyan. He's trying to know how to control the form and tap into it willingly. And then he also works on his other abilities, like his force field. He's learning how to put his force field on multiple targets at once. He's using his weights as practice. Meanwhile, Vegeta has finally landed on Namek. After being healed in the healing pod, he received a massive Zenkai boost. At first, he didn't feel confident that his power was enough to defeat Frieza, but now he's for sure. He can beat Frieza. From what he heard on the scouter, Frieza has already landed on planet Namek and has a head start on him. He already collected one Dragon Ball, and he could already sense Frieza's power. Vegeta then charges towards Frieza, and on his way, Vegeta starts killing some of Frieza's soldiers, like for example Kui, until he finally runs into Frieza. And Frieza's pissed off about this. He thought that Zarbon killed Vegeta, and Vegeta tells him that he tried and he failed. If he wants to eliminate the last Saiyan, he'll do it himself. So Frieza hops out of his chair and starts powering up. And to note, Vegeta doesn't know that Frieza can transform. Zarbon never told him, so he doesn't know. And he thinks that Frieza currently is at his full power. Then the both of them start their battle. And the battle is actually pretty close. Vegeta's at a power level of 500,000 and he could almost compete with Frieza's first form. But there are certain points where Vegeta does get overpowered by Frieza. The battle goes on for a while, until Vegeta says that he's done now. He had to see what Frieza was truly made of, and it's time to show him what he truly fears. Frieza then sees a gold power surround Vegeta. as his hair starts to flow up, then seeing his eyes turn to a bluish green color. Then his hair turns golden, and Frieza's in shock. He thought that Saiyans only turned into giant monkeys. Vegeta then gives a whole monologue of how he achieved this power and how he's the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta then tells Frieza that he better get ready, as their true fight is about to begin, which is where we'll leave this part off. What did you guys think, and what do you think will happen next? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. It supports me and it supports the channel. Anyways, I'm DBZ Anarchy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.